And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. Beautiful Saturday as we get back to racing today. We tried to get through the card yesterday. We got through the first three races. We had a drastic weather change yesterday. Went from about the 60s down to the teens, and it was very windy yesterday with the wind gust. We had single-digit wind chill factors. So in the interest of the jockeys and the horses and everybody involved, we canceled after the third, but it's not as cold today, not as windy. We should be set to go for a nice Saturday.
Air on the side of safety there. And you said that wind was picking up. Some of those gusts just came out of nowhere, 25, 35 miles an hour. And granted, the chill, it was biting yesterday. We were doing the show. The fingers were quite frozen when we were done. So, yeah, I would not have wanted to have been a jockey.
All right, so we'll take a look at what we have cooking here today. Carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4 on the 9-race program. Today's carryover, a little over $2,000 in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, $2,045. There it is. That starts in race 4 today. I like the late Pick 5. That starts in the 5th race today. We also have the Cure the Winter Blues handicapping tournament today. This is weekly prizes and a grand prize. It goes through Saturday, March 3rd. It's only a $10 weekly entry fee. You sign up at the guest services booth, first floor of the clubhouse. So some good action here on a Good Friday. A couple nice allowance races to feature the card.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's take a look at the track, weather, and all that. We should have a perfect fast track today. There it is, working on it here for the first race. We're 64 minutes out for the opener. The weather today, we're in 30s, I'm going to say, right? 30s and sunny. There you go. That should be a weather guy. 30s and sunny with a fast track. First race post time at 12:30. Let's get right to it here. Race 1's going to kick off the rolling super high five in the opener. Every race we have the super high five with 7 or more horses. That's a low 15% takeout in the rolling super high five. That'll start race 1. Also in the opener, we'll kick off the early Pick 5. Both your Pick 5s here at Laurel Park with that industry low 12% takeout. Your best bet, the early Pick 5, always a mandatory payout. Let's take a look here. Race 1, we're going a flat mile. Maiden claiming $16,000 for straight 3-year-old fillies, and we have a video spotlight here on the 7, Towson. I have this filly on top, second-time starter today for Jerry O'Dwyer. Here's the debut here at Laurel back on January 8th.
Yeah, Towson coming away a little bit slowly. Was caught down towards the inside. Not an easy thing for a first-timer to do, in that gate, maybe a little bit longer stand, and just came away slowly out of the gate, but really picked it up nicely, angled out to about the 5 path. Turning for home and was able to close, 4 lengths maybe through the final 3/16 of a mile. Wasn't able to catch the winners. 4th, beating a length and 3/4 when it was all said and done. Chansey, who we're going to see in here, was in this race and rallies up and just almost draws on near even terms. There's Chansey 3 wide. A little bit later kick out there deepest, but getting up was flying Phillips from between horses. But a lot to overcome for Towson in its debut. Now, 1 sprint right out to the route. We saw that with Lacey's horse yesterday and just kind of made a little middle move and fizzle. Will that be the case for Towson? The Damn Dancing Anna, 3 for 11. All those wins, though, were sprinting. I'm going to try to go ahead and get by her. I think she's going to end up a short price. They got pounded in debut.
Yeah, she
just
did.
About 6 to 5. So I'll go elsewhere. I'm going to take a shot with the 1 stand. D.D. Woods. Good internals, 24.47 and 1 at the mile distance for the maiden 10s. Off of a little bit of a freshening and a barn change. I think she can kind of get out, get to the lead, maybe get a couple paths off the inside. If that's the way the track has been playing, it's always a safe spot. Play a little cat and mouse on the front end. Maybe D.D. Woods to go ahead and dictate this for Corrales.
I didn't use her. She broke from the inside in her last start and took pressure early on, went to the lead and gave way. Maybe she can do a little bit better today. Second off the layoff, second start in the Corrales barn. I'm going with the 7, Towson on top.
Okay.
Fergal Lynch stays aboard for Jerry O'Dwyer. Should get a nice trip on the outside there. How about the 4? We both like the 4 a little bit here. Donna's Delight with Edwin Gonzalez aboard for Kieran McGee. The McGee barn with a nice win yesterday. And this filly, a decent third last out at this level. She has a good foundation under her to be right there against this group today.
Yeah, did the chasing, was 4 wide when chasing my top selection last time out on January the 19th. It's definitely improved. The last 2 starts didn't show anything, but now since being stretched out has improved a little bit for Kieran. I think 2, Chansey, maybe the most logical. I just don't know what happened last time at a shorter price for Wayne Potts. Was, quicker pace, early pace was hung out wide, just didn't want any interest, and the speeds did run 1-2 in that race. If I'm not in that race. I'm sorry. Quinn Schmooze came from the back for for Hammy and Goree Smith. That was a firster. That's correct. So that horse kind of flattened out. Looking at the two back, and you saw that video, good energy at the end on January the 8th. Wilco, Marco Bay on the bottom should be able to handle the mile. No issues whatsoever.
She was running back in 12 days that last time when she was the beaten favorite. Maybe just bounced a little bit, see if she can get back in good form today. The two, Chauncey in the opener. Let's take a look here. Race 2 is a nice 7,500 starter allowance to kick off the early pick 4. We're going a flat mile here in the second race for filly mares 4 and up. And I've been on I've been on Lady Terp the last 2 starts, so I have to stay aboard today. 7-year-old mare by Birdstone's looking for her 3rd win in a row here at Laurel Park. She's a 7-time winner overall here at Laurel. She won 2 back going 9 furlongs and then got up last out going 3/4. So the mile kind of right in the middle. She's a 4-time winner at this distance. Chappie stays aboard for Scott Lake, and we're both on Lady Terp here.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? He's got her back in top form, and this is a filly or a mare going back to the way back. She was able to kind of be 2 other than company. She'll take the measure. Star 80, very quick. 3rd time off of a break from Maldonado. Miss Nosy won't let her get too far away. But Lady Terp has just been really determined. Didn't matter if it's sprinting or going long. She wants to grind you down that last 1/8 of a mile, and let's see if she can do it for a 3rd straight time.
We both like the 3, Miss Nosy, in good form for Claudio Gonzalez. Might be the likely pace setter. She has a good record here at Laurel Park and going a mile. She just got beat by Lady Terp last out when they were going 9 furlongs, but only going a mile today. Miss Nosy and Gomez. Gomez with a nice win yesterday, and probably going to try to get the jump on Lady Terp here.
Yeah, I think she might have the jump on Lady Terp. I don't know if she's going to get the jump on Star 80, who's pretty quick and coming off of that 3/4 race and has the red. Well, she might have to, go ahead and try to set sail and establish herself. She has sat just off it in the past. I think if you break it down internally, fair break, Star 80's a little quicker than Miss Nosy, but Lady Terp, the form is right there. Scott's got her going great guns right now.
All right, so nice starter allowance there to kick off our early pick 4 in the second race. Let's take a look here. Race 3, we're going 6 furlongs here in the third. Maiden claiming 10,000 for straight 3-year-olds. And I go to the outside here, the 7, Tap It on the side. Joe Moore Torres aboard this 3-year-old, gelding by Tapazar for Annette Eubanks. I don't know what happened last out. Maybe didn't like the good track last out, but just really ran a clunker last out at about 7-2. Now stays here at this level. The race 2 starts to go at this level. A real good second with a 43 buyer. If we can get closer to that today, then I think the 7 will be right there. Should get a nice trip on the outside here.
Yeah, a little bit of a head scratcher. I thought they had him kind of cycling into one of his better races. He just nothing at all. Now that was the race. What I meant to say the first, where the speed, Sir Mischief, Day of Reckoning, speed just 1-2 around the racetrack. Breaking it down, looking at this race, Dan, I mean, with an alert break, he should be kind of up forward against this field. I think maybe the only question is his finish at 6 furlongs. I think the firster is an interesting one here for Mark Schumann. Ghostly Affair, 3-year-old gelding by McLean's Music, who gets 21% winners out of his first-time starters sprinting on the dirt. That's pretty strong. This is a horse is a half to Fusion Exchange, a horse that broke its maiden in its second start. So, win early kind of deal there within the family. Some good works leading into this, and does not have much to beat at all in his debut.
Well, we both like the 3, exactly. It doesn't find the toughest spot here to get things going. McLean's Music, an up-and-coming sire. Sire last year's Preakness winner, and this gelding's out of a light diffuse mare, so should have some speed. He's been working well on the synthetic up there at Fair Hill for Mark Schumann. Lasix in debut, so I think lots to like about the 3, Ghostly Affair. We both like the 8 on the outside as well. Fear the Reaper, a first-time starter for Faith Leatherman. J.D. Acosta takes the call. Lasix in debut, gelding by Dublin, with a couple okay works over there at Pimlico. Well spotted here for the first out assignment. I think.
We saw Dublin, a firster. Alaric Roadcap mentioned that yesterday, a debut winner. Half sibling, 2 for 4 at the age of 2. That was on the turf, though. Both those wins on the turf, but win early within the family. And I think you got to give a look to the 4. Another shot. Robbie took plenty of play in debut for trainer Noah Abramson. And close at the break. That was a pretty quick race. 3/4, 12-1 for Port Louis, Ostos, Aurora, and Reciprocity. Both now winners out of that race. Just needs a cleaner break. That's number 4, Robbie.
That's right. Yeah, Reciprocity came back to gallop yesterday.
About 9 yesterday.
Yep. All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Nice little carryover today, over 2,000. That starts in race 4. We'll take a look right after this. Welcome back today to races here at Laurel Park on a beautiful Saturday morning to get you ready for the race weekend. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. Nice little carryover today, over $2,045 is the carryover today in our Pick 6. It starts in race 4, which also kicks off the middle Pick 4. Keith, you like the middle Pick 4? You have a ticket? Let's take a look.
We're going to get you started. Rudy Rod with the 5. Sir Bon is going to be a heavy favorite in race 4 to get you started. But hey, I got to take a shot, though, a couple little prices into 1, Social Media, and the 6, Adversary, coming back to a barn that did quite well with this runner. 5th race, the 1 and the 2, Moonspell, Ice Lake. Moonspell can jump up out of nowhere and run a big one. Ice Lake holding good form. Another one for Lake. Lake could be in for a big day. 6th race, the 1, Beautiful Maiden, and the 4, Prevailing Party. Beautiful Maiden has found a home, loves Laurel Park. And in the 7th, the 3, 4, 5, and 7. That's a spread race. If you can go a little bit deeper, do so. Only $24 to get you started.
All right, I like your ticket. I like a horse there in race 7, the 7 Demon Buster on the outside. I like in that race. Okay, we got a couple things to show you here for race 4. Real quick, can you guys hear this Claymore next to us here that's about ready to go off? Do we need a commercial break or should we keep going? Keep going. You can't hear it. Okay, all right. We'll enjoy it. Let's take a look here. We have a stat here on a heavy favorite here, the 5, Sir Bon for Rudy Rod. Here's a stat for this Rudy Rodriguez shipper.
Yeah, and what he's done with favorites coming to Laurel over the last 2 years. Rudy Rodriguez, 12 for 26, 46%, and 19 for 26 with favorites. 19 for 26 in the money with favorites. On the dirt at Laurel, positive ROI as well. And Sir Bon, I think will settle in about even money. May get as low as 4 to 5. Going to want some speed. I think turning back in distance, a drop in class. Going to be hard to beat. I think if he gets any kind of speed set up, he'll be rolling late. I'll take a shot to try to beat him, though, with the 1, Social Media. We have a video of Social Media's last race on January the 13th at Laurel Park, where he was second, just beating a length behind Malibu Sunset. We got that, guys? January the 13th?
All right, well. All right, I didn't have much on Sir Bon. Let's talk about Social Media here. In the last race on January 13th here at Laurel Park. Got up for a good second, 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. Here we go.
Out there about 4 deep, Stan. The 9 horse at 25 to 1, actually 28 to 1 when it was all said and done under a hustling ride. Malibu Sunset kind of doing everything his own way on the front end. I like the just sheer determination of Social Media through the final quarter of a mile. Never gave up. Churned on very well, only to get beat a length. A little drift there, corrected with the right stick with Angel Cruz. Coming right back, looking at the speed, in this race, not a ton. Maybe Mr. Spaceman will go, Small Giant as well. I think Social Media can be even closer to the front runners turning for home. Heck, he might even get the lead at the quarter pole. He's going to have to hold off the favorite, though, Sir Bon.
Nice little beat nickel here to kick off the Pick 6. Let's get a quick commercial break here, guys. Chester, let's go to commercial. We got to turn this tank off here to our right. All right, so let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, I like the late Pick 5. I have a ticket for it. That starts in race 5. We'll take a look right after this. Talking about McLean's Music and cloud computing. There he was, last year's Preakness winner. Nice warm spring day in May 3rd.
Click our heels, Stan, and head over to Pimlico right now and get that kind of day. Let's go.
Third Saturday in
Gosh.
May, be here before you know it. Preakness tickets on sale now. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information. Okay, I like the late pick 5. It starts in race 5 today with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's take a look. I have a $32 ticket. I'm going with 2 singles on my ticket. I need a couple lucky 7s there in races 7 and 8. Race 5, I'll go 4 deep here using the 1, 2, and the 4, 5. The 2 Ice Lake's going to be tough to beat for Scott Lake, but I'll use a few others here in the 5th race. 1, 2, 4, 5 here in race 5. 1, 2, 3, 6 there in race 6. That's a nice allowance race. You have a couple horses stepping up off the claim there in race 6. So I'll go 4 deep there. Race 7, Demon Buster looks tough on the outside. He catches a soft group today here. Louis Garcia should get a good trip for Lacey Gaudet. So I'll key on the 7, Demon Buster. And again, race 8, I think the 7, Concordia's Way, is going to get a beautiful stalking trip from the outside. So I'll single on that runner, going 4 deep there in the finale. The finale is a nickel 2 life filly and mares, going with the 5, 6, 9, 10 there in the last race. So there's my late pick 5 ticket. Starts in race 5. Need a couple lucky 7s.
Tell you what,
there.
I think if you can catch one of the prices in the first 2 legs, you got a good shot at a nice little payout. I'm telling you, you might take it down yourself.
See if we can get
no
home
hammy.
here.
You know Hammy Smith prevailing party in the 6th race. Did you have that one in there?
I'm 1, 2, 3, 6 there.
1, 2, 3, 6. Okay.
Let's
go to the 5th. Let's take a look.
See if we can get live here.
All right.
In the first leg, we're going 7 furlongs, claiming 10,000. Everyone 3 lifetime here in race 5. Video spotlight on the 2 Ice Lake's going to be very tough here for Scott Lake. Carol Cedeno will ride. Here's Ice Lake's last race here at Laurel, January 12th in the mud.
Yeah, the win sandwiched in between 2 seconds at his last 3 starts, and it doesn't really matter what type of surface, but Ice Lake has really maintained good form in closing there gamely at the end. Was down inside, eased out. Midstretch just couldn't quite get up. Crimson Secret got away with it on the front and went pretty quick. But Ice Lake was determined to the end. Only beating a half length in there. Breaking this race right down. Let's go to the front end. 7 furlongs is a distance this horse can handle. I think he gets a little bit of a break. We've got a scratch in here, a big scratch with the 7. 40 acres for Hugh McMahon that was going to get play. I think Ice Lake right on the engine. If Raven Rush wants to go, maybe he can kind of go ahead and move outside of him and stalk. He looks well placed in race 5 today. That's the 2 Ice Lake. Going to be a short price. If you're looking for a price, how about the 1 though, Stan?
Yeah.
Moon Spell. I'll let you talk about him.
Getting back into good form, I think. This horse was in good form last winter here at Laurel Park. Now runs basically his 3rd race back off a long layoff. His last 2 haven't been very good, but he drops to his cheapest level today. Fergal Lynch will ride for Edwin Merriman. I think his 3rd race back. This horse was in real good form when he broke his maiden and won a nice starter allowance race going a mile last March here at Laurel Park. So it's been a while since he's been in good form, but this is his 3rd race back. I think today's the day, especially on the drop.
Yep, we've seen this horse kind of out of nowhere. You saw it back January of 17 to February 12th. Just kind of jump out of nowhere, run that big 75 fig off the 53 to 57 prior. He had 2 big fields to deal with in his 2 most recent tries, December 9th and January 26th. A little shorter field here, a 6-horse field. I think he might be able to creep closer to him by the time they turn for home.
We both like the 4 and the 5 as well. Rider change on the 4, all spun up as Elvis Trujillo is off all his mounts today. Make the rider Kevin Gomez there on the 4, all spun up in the 5th. All right, nice allowance race. Couple nice allowance races to feature the Saturday card. Race 6 is the first level allowance for filly and mares 4 and up. We're going 2 turns here, a mile and a 16th, and a couple fillies stepping up off the claim. The 2 Shackle Me Good and the 6 Benchmark Bay, both coming out of the same race. We both go with the 2 here. Shackle Me Good on top. Make the rider Edwin Gonzalez on this 4-year-old filly by Shackelford. First off the claim for Ferris Allen. She's been on a roll. Won her last 2 here at Laurel Park with a respectable 69 by her last down. That might be good enough. This isn't the toughest A other than she catches.
No, you reach in and grab off of Kieran. We'll see. I guess it's, you catch a softer A other than in this bunch. Benchmark Mabe, I think, might have to be used a little bit to get position. I think So Innocent as well. If this horse breaks for the Frocks, will go ahead and be forward. Good 69, 2 races back at a mile distance. I'm going to go with the 1, Beautiful Maiden. Look at her last 3 at Laurel. A win, a decent 4th, and a starter against better. I mean, that starter's better than this A other than. And then a win going 6 furlongs, grinding down Christus Persona, Flatter Mizanya. I think this horse from inside gets a beautiful stalking trip. She's won at the distance. She's 2 for 4 with a second. I think she's thriving at Laurel. She's in good form. She can go ahead and stalk and get by these. Prevailing Party, though, is my biggest danger, believe it or not. I think shortening up last time wasn't her game. The speed just kept going with Keep Your Distance and Candy Coated Dane. This horse back to a route of ground. The 2 turns is perfect for her. A good try behind Frisky Whiskey. 2 back.
Yeah.
And a 72, breaking the maiden. I think Hamby will have her back on her game this afternoon.
Yeah, the races 3 and 2 starts ago were very good. Maybe she just bounced a little bit last out, going 7 furlongs. I might have been a little hard on her. I went 4 deep in this race and didn't use the 4 Prevailing Party. You get the hot jock, Georgie Vargas Jr. aboard. We see something like we saw 2 races ago, December 18th, and she should be right there, the 4 Prevailing Party. The 3 Head Games, nice win last out. That was against Maryland bred First Level Allowance Company way back in early December. So now she has to come back off a couple-month layoff here for Graham Motion and Fergal Lynch. They both teamed up to win a race yesterday here with Lobkowitz Palace.
Yeah, you like the fact No Picnic, third-place finisher off of her most recent win, Head Games, in that state-bred allowance. It came back to win against an okay field. Came wide with a rally, shortening up if I'm not mistaken. But Head Games, doesn't have a lot of speed. Look at those internals last time. She's kind of a grinder, but good maintenance works leading into this.
Yep.
She fits in here. I'm going to go for just a little bit better price. I'm hoping this one horse settles in about 3 or 7 to 2 when it's all said and done.
And the King, the Hall of Famer, going to try it first off the claim here. If I like Shackle Me Good, I have to like Benchmark Babe a little bit. They're both coming out of the same race, stepping up here against Allowance Company today. So nice first level allowance race to kick off. The late pick 4 there in race 6. Let's take a look here. Race 7, a beaten nickel going 6 furlongs to start the final pick 3. This is A in 6 months, never won 4 lifetime. It's not the toughest beaten nickel here. The 7 Demon Buster has been in off form. His last few races haven't been very good at all, but he is a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. This will be the 3rd time he's running at this level recently. Louis Garcia rides today. I just think he's kind of can beat up on these. If he can't win today, then he's really going off for him.
Well, this is a situation. Look at him. He's 15-1 last time. Well beaten.
Right.
I've got him 5-2. Same condition. Just shows you the kind of race, the way this race came up on paper. I kind of threw all the PPs up in the air when I looked at this, trying to make a line. I could be completely wrong, but Demon Buster's going to take some play, no doubt. Hedging back a little bit better for him last time out, but I had to go for a price. This race screams price. Race 7, Mountain Cry, first time for Carlos Mencia. He has done nothing but good for me, Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
Maybe a change of scenery for Mountain Cry. You go a little bit deeper in his form over the summer last year. He did all right. I mean, he can close in steadily. I do think there's a little bit of questionable speed in this race. The 1 Triple Blackjack and the 8 Pomeroy's package, I think will hook up. If one of those shakes clear, it could be over. I think one of them could wire. I think there's going to be a little bit of a pace battle up front. I'm looking for a closer. Certainly Demon Buster could do it, but you got to go with a bigger price. How about the 4 Mountain Cry or the 5 San Cristo or the 3 I Stand Alone? They're my 3 closers in here that I think can maybe wear down the speed types.
Yeah, well, they might get a good trip here to get back in good form. Their recent form just isn't very pretty, but you do get a nice light weight assignment there, 111 on your 4 Mountain Cry with the Bug Boy Carlos Carrasco aboard. Yeah, anything's possible here in this race. I'm just thinking the 7 Demon Buster. He has the back class. He should get a nice trip on the outside here in a soft group here, race 7. Let's take a look at the feature of the day here, race 8. So 2 other than allowance, optional claiming $25,000 for 4 and up, going 6 furlongs. We have a video spotlight here on the Maryland-bred Lewisfield, 4-year-old son of Great Notion. Here's what Lewisfield did back on December 9th here in the Howard Bender in the snow.
I think this horse wanted blinkers, Stan. They put the blinkers on. All he's done is rolled right up the ladder. And, boy, how about it? Through the snow we go. Lewisfield caught inside of 2 other horses, Showalter, and to the 3 wide, 4 wide is Struth. And we know Struth, the way he came back and gave Favorite Tail everything he can handle. Lewisfield looks like he was going to kind of pack it in against the worst part of the racetrack that afternoon on the 9th of December. But no, keeps on quite gamely to the wire, beaten 4 lengths, and was clear of the rest, well clear of a horse that had good form at Delaware prior. So Lewisfield is just in bang-up form. I think, I don't know if he'll get the lead in this race. He'll probably go ahead and let Vim go out for the front, maybe J-Rock, and he'll set up shop just off of those and try to stalk and wear him down. Brother Chubb, though, he's in really, really good form coming in for Parks. Michael Moore doesn't run a lot of horses here. Right. I think he's won a couple races over the last few years at Laurel Park, but this horse is really rolling right now. Wable, the horse that beat him last time, he was knocking heads against killers in the Midwest over the summer. I think Brother Chubb is a must-use with the way he's been running of late. He'll be wanting a hot pace up front to make a charge into it.
It's a nice allowance feature. Lewisfield, he proved his toughness last out, taking all that pressure we saw him on the inside there to hang on for second behind Struth and the Howard Bender. That was very impressive. He's going to take pressure again today from the outside with the 4 Vim, the 6 J-Rock with a little early speed, and that's why I like the 7 Concordia's way. I think he has just enough early speed to have a nice tactical trip from the outside. You look at that win 2 starts ago. He had a nice stalking trip breaking from the 7 hole with an 81 buyer, came back at this level last down, had to break from the rail in a big 8-horse field. Still a good second behind Mr. Benz. Mr. Benz, a multiple winner at this 2 other than level. So I think Acosta just gets a dream trip here, being the benefactor of maybe a little early pace duel between the 3 Lewisfield and the 4 Vim.
He's going to need it. I mean, he's going to draft in a good position, no doubt about it. He's a tactical kind of horse. I'm just a little concerned. Shows me a little flattening last time out at 5.5 against a little bit better bunch. He's going to have to sustain a little bit better, but you're going to get a square price on him, probably about 5 to 1. Yeah.
Nice allowance feature of the day to kick off the late double there in race 8. Let's take a look here at the 9th race. I'm 4 deep here in race 9 on my late pick 5 ticket. We're going 7 furlongs here in the 9th, claiming 5,000. Ever won 2 lifetime for filly and mares. I go to the far outside here, the 9 and the 10, my 2 top picks. Awesome Ama, the 9 for Claudio Gonzalez. Jomar Torres will ride. Beaten favored the last 2 starts against better, 16,000 and 10,000. Now will drop to the nickel. I normally don't like that move, but for these connections, they win a bunch of races this way, and this horse should get a nice trip from the outside here.
It was hard to kind of just grab and go look and get a price in race number 9. The money's going to come in on the 6 Early's Diamond, the 9 Awesome Mama, and the 10 Tis Majesty. Awesome Mama, I think, is the horse to beat. Proven trainer connections. They jam, they win. I don't know where that race came from out of Real in the Hills, who beat her last time out, but the internals were good. I think she goes ahead and gets the jump on Early's Diamond around the turn. Tis Majesty is going to be formidable. But if you're looking for the price, I guess it's the 3 Wayne Potts' horse, Rescue Cat. He's had a couple now here, transferred from the Starkey barn into his barn and have done okay. We had a blowout winner at a good price, maybe 5 or 6 to 1 the other day. So Rescue Cat would be my price user in race 9. Other than that, it looks like the 6, 9, or 10.
All right, 9, cold 9, 10, 6 there in the last race for Keith and I. All right, the sun's coming out. Nice carryover in that pick 6. That starts in race 4 for you today. Pick 5 start in races 1 and 5. Dave Robin, he's coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.